ちょっときちんと。
影になんのは俺だ。
Believe it!
From the franchise that brought you the coolest method of transportation brings you what could possibly be one of the worst fighting games ever made, but the best anime game of all time. Now if that doesn't make much sense to you, then pay close attention to this video. By the end it probably still won't, but I might get some ad revenue. Dragon Ball FighterZ, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Sword Art Online 2048. What do all these games have in common? Groundbreaking immersion. In order to understand what makes this game so great, you kinda have to start from the beginning, because the game doesn't give you any other choice. The game has you play through most of the biggest beats from the Boruto prequel, everything from the Chunin exams, to the Tail Beast battles, to messing with pervy teachers. The core mechanic is a standard 3D arena fighter game with normal attacks, heavy attacks, range attacks, special moves, and a rage meter that builds up throughout the fight. The movement is clunky to say the least, and the battles are pretty repetitive, almost to the point it's comical. It's like in Pokemon when you're wandering around and fighting Pidgey after Pidgey after Pidgey, but instead of a cute little bird, it's a ugly generic bandit. And then every couple hundred of those or so, you get to fight an even uglier, more generic bandit leader. Eventually you do get to fight some shinobi, and these battles are always cool because it feels like you're playing through your favorite childhood moments. In order to use jutsus in this game, you actually have to remember little combinations of hand signs and then build up your chakra without getting hit. This mechanic is surprisingly fun and actually expands into the overworld gameplay as well, which I'll touch on later. If you manage to land one of these babies, you go into a little quick time event. Some of them are actually pretty cool, while others are total nonsense. The jutsus in this game are actually extremely true to the show, and by that I mean you actually only use one. And when you finally get to the last boss and you're bursting with excitement to finally fight him, or her, your hands are shaking, there's sweat on your brow. As the timer counts down before they can even throw a shuriken, you're using your final ultimate move, the Takno Jutsu.
No, stay away.
Unbearable, isn't it? The feeling of being all alone. I've been there, in that dark and lonely place. But now there are others. Other people who mean a lot to me. I will stop you, even if I have to kill you!
Why?
All in all, like I said, the fighting in this game's pretty bad. It's kind of just boring and kind of hard to control, but... The game is one of the most immersive and lived-in open worlds I've ever played. Rather than collectibles, the game has you chasing after people's acknowledgement, which I feel is just such a smart way to gamify Naruto's main goal throughout the show. People around the Hidden Leaf will either have a happy face or a sad face above their head. And by doing them favors, such as playing hide and seek, fulfilling their pervy desires, or my personal favorite, delivering them ramen, you can gain their acknowledgement and use their friendship to get clues on your next mission. In order to access certain areas of the map, you have to learn new jutsus that allow you to scale buildings or walk on water. The movement is so quick and tight that it really makes you feel like a ninja in the Hidden Leaf. The game has a form of currency you can collect, which allows you to buy things like ramen, or ramen, and ramen. 1 second.
What? My husband isn't here yet? 助けて!
The story missions take you out of the Leaf and on adventures to the Hidden Mist, to the Forbidden Forest, and other notable locations from the show. The campaign actually only has you playing as Naruto, but the battle mode has a passable selection of characters to choose from. The one thing it's missing is character customization. I'm now realizing that this video might be coming off as a little bit negative, but I'm really not being facetious or clickbaiting with the title. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's the truth. Playing this game is pure joy for me. The music is taken directly from the show, and when combined with the game's beautiful color palette, creates such a pleasant atmosphere to explore in. The voice acting is done by the original cast, making the transitions between gameplay and anime cutscenes completely seamless.
Flatten my sensei!
The game seriously nails the movement, instilling a sense of speed that most games completely lack. Doing the minigames and side quests are just as fun now as they were when I was a kid, and the difficulty scales in such a natural way that by the end of the game, each fight tests your abilities and shows how far you've come since taking on that first bandit. I've never been more proud to be a Canadian than I was in 2007 when Ubisoft peaked with this game. Because without a doubt, Naruto Rise of the Ninja is the best anime game ever made. That is until they drop the sequel the next